Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Casper, the Boy Diviner, and I wanted to show you a new deck that I just received, the Lubanko Tarot. I really was so happy when this deck came out. I think it took Emily Lubanko, the creator, a few years to get it done, and then when she did her Kickstarter, I couldn't help but order it immediately. So finally it has arrived in Singapore. I managed to meet up with my friend. We ordered it together, and I got the tarot cloth and also the Lubanko Tarot. Okay, this is the standard tarot cloth that people have, the same consistency. It is not satin and it's not double-sided like the Cosma Visions one, which I prefer usually. So this is a little bit translucent, but still beautiful. Let me spread it out for you. You wouldn't be able to see the full thing. I would suggest you Google the deck and then see if you can see the full thing. Yeah, I just wanted to show you how it looks with the deck right in the middle, okay? So now the Lubanko Tarot, I enjoy the imagery so much. I have not started to use the deck yet, but I just consecrated it this morning. I'm looking forward to use it, and I wanted to show you guys. The box is beautiful. It has the foil for the name, and I think this is one of the cards in the deck. I'm not sure which one. I can't remember right now, but then let's open it up. It comes with a sticker and her name card. So if you want to check her out, you can see it. These are where you can find her socials. Placing it aside, this is, I think, the devil. Placing that aside, it comes with a little white book. I actually flipped through this little white book, so sometimes she does talk about the imagery in the deck, but sometimes she doesn't. For me, I don't really see a point in a little white book when it doesn't explain why they drew something specific. So for example, in this deck, the death card has some sort of creature. I think it's a horse right in the middle. So when I flipped to death, I expected her to explain about why she drew that horse or that creature, or what creature it is. Maybe because I don't know what it is. But here it doesn't. Here is just a sort of her take on what death means, which is fine. But for me, I prefer it when it's tied to the actual symbols in the art. She does go through some of it, honestly. For example, like this one, the hangman contorts himself against the rough bark of the tree and hanging among the vines. So this is amazing because she actually writes what is happening in the card, but it's not consistent, you see. For example, this one, it doesn't really explain so much about the death art itself. Okay, so that's the little review I have for the box, which is completely fine and beautiful. The little white book, and then let's move on to the cards and a walkthrough. Let's start off. You can see the same horse appears from the little white book and inside the box. Okay, the Fool, beautiful, those wings. The Magician. I like how sketchy some of her art is. I think it's definitely meant to be like this, a bit rough, a bit wild. So in some art, it's more condensed. There are outlines. In some of the art, there are no outlines. And some of the art, it is very like wild and sketchy, like this one. It totally vibes with the feeling of the Magician. I love this card. It's so beautiful. The High Priestess. Beautiful. I'm just going to repeat beautiful again and again for this deck, but I really enjoy the imagery. Look at the Priestess. Look at the Empress. This is one of a more like clearly outlined, properly like clearly outlined, very condensed kind of imagery. Beautiful. Then you can see that touch of that sketchiness in the flowers, the wildness in the flowers. The Emperor, I really like this Emperor. Very Odin, very Odin-esque. Let's see if she talks about Odin in this deck, the Emperor. Okay, a mentor of patriarchal. Okay, two messengers. I do say Odin because Odin has two ravens, right? I can't remember their names, but yeah. The Hierophant, beautiful. I love the multiple hands. I love the mask and the darkness behind the mask, because sometimes organized religion can have that kind of darkness. The Lovers, very raw and powerful, I would say. Eating each other, learning how to live only on each other. The Chariot. This is the imagery used for the box. One of my birth cards. Beautiful. Strength, taming your beast. I love it. I love the body hair. The Hermit, not traditional, more of a hag kind of feeling. I'm not familiar with constellations. So if anyone knows constellations, they can talk about it. Let's take a look at the Little White Book to see if she talks about that. The Hermit. No, you see, I don't see any explanation of the constellations chosen. So maybe she's saving it all up for a book or something, or maybe her course, because she does have a course, I think, that's coming for this deck. Beautiful, the Wheel of Fortune. This is the first time I've seen something so wild for the Wheel of Fortune. Because usually it's not like this, right? Usually there's one wheel with the creatures around, but this is so from another perspective, which I really appreciate. Justice. Interesting. The Hanged Man. I love this like translucent shirt. I love that he's still breathing even though he's underwater. Death. Yeah, you see this creature, I wish it was mentioned in the Lubanko Tarot. But what I really appreciate about this death is how the borders are roughed up. Can you see? How beautiful is that? It's not standard for the rest. The rest are all... So that makes the death stand out from everything else. Temperance. Beautiful. The Devil and dancing in a pomegranate. It looks like a pomegranate. So it's very like Persephone, very Hades kind of feeling. The chains for the Devil. The Tower. How powerful is... Look at how rough and powerful this art is. The Star. Gorgeous. I love the color palettes in this deck. The Moon and the Sun. Beautiful. I really like this play of a young child on a horse, much better than the naked babies. But can you see? I always associate these three cards together because they are celestial, and the color scheme, they all gel together so beautifully, and still they have the feeling of the star here, the moon, and the sun. She didn't need to deviate from this color scheme, you know what I mean? How ingenious is that? How beautiful is that? Judgment. Very powerful. Look at that figure. Dancing in the flames. The world. Gorgeous. Very Asian inspired, I would say, this one. With how the clouds are drawn. The multi-hands. The Ace of Wands. The Two of Wands. So beautiful. The Three of Wands. This kind of power. Launching those wands into the air as they grow. The Four of Wands. Steady, and then you can see that the opening there. What's that? This is some sort of figure. The Five of Wands, so visceral, beautiful. Conflict, fighting. The Six of Wands, gentle again. The Seven of Wands, very RWS but very beautiful. And I do like this image of the Seven of Wands. I do like the traditional Seven of Wands in the RWS anyway, so this fits me, this works for me. Eight of Wands. I think nothing really beats the RWS Eight of Wands because that's the original, right? It's so fast. But I do like this image. The Nine of Wands, a kind of defensive arrow shooting and then taking a break from that war. Ten of Wands. Gorgeous. Beautiful. The court cards are another amazing thing in this deck. Look at the Page of Wands. Knight of Wands. You see, can you see the difference? This is so unoutlined, wild, and then this is so outlined. And they all are so beautiful. And it's all still very Emily style, so I really like that. The Queen of Wands, very powerful. I missed the black cat, but I guess this is sort of an homage, I guess. The King of Wands, beautiful. The powerful tiger, so beautiful. I love the glowing outline. I love his face. This, I don't know why this makes me think of Aleister Crowley for some reason. I don't know if he has some eyes like that before. The Ace of Cups, drowning in your own emotions. The Two of Cups, so beautiful. I really like this Two of Cups. This flower, I don't know what it is, but I love that they're tied. In Chinese culture, there's something about tying your little finger with a red thread, and that's your soulmate. Old man, I forgot his name, Yue Lai, is it? I can't remember. He does that. Three of Cups. Beautiful. Debauchery. This makes me think of debauchery. Four of Cups, turning away from the cup. The Five of Cups, so powerful, standing at the edge of the cliff, looking at the waves crash against the shore. you know, looking forwards into the unknown. The Six of Cups. This is not one of my favorite cards in the deck. I guess there's something about stick figures that creep me out a bit. This and the red doesn't give it. This doesn't feel like a nostalgic card. This feels like more of a childhood trauma kind of card. Um, so I don't know. Seven of Cups, beautiful. Her arms, the figure. This always makes me. This card is beautiful, but it makes me think. What does the Seven of Cups mean? Illusions, things like that. Why is it drawn this way? Let's take a quick look at the RW sorry the LW LWB and see if she explains the Seven of Cups. Don't lose sight of what's real, but go deep to know your own mental layout from the basement to the attic. Okay. So I don't really see this gelling with the imagery, but it's still very beautiful. So it's still a standard RWS meaning, and I need to dig deeper into this art. I just wish there was more explanation in the LWB in the first place. Eight of Cups. Again, I don't see the traditional Eight of Cups walking away from something half built. There's more of a suspension. Yeah. Okay. Let's just indulge and take a look at the LWB again. Spiritual change of direction. Lonely aimlessness. Okay, I do see that. I do see the lonely aimlessness. Okay, that is interesting. This definitely now pulls in more with the little white book, the Nine of Cups. Again, debauchery. Very Dionysus, is it? How do you pronounce it? Dionysus. Ten of Cups. Reaching that pinnacle. This makes me think of one of the legendary Pokemon in X and Y. The Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups is one of the most beautiful humans in this deck. I love this Knight of Cups. So flirty. Queen of Cups, powerful. And then the King of Cups, also powerful. I love this. I love the crown of coral he has. This makes me think of another deck. The Stunning Tarot. The Ace of Swords. The Two of Swords is another very beautiful card. I love this Two of Swords. I have no idea how to interpret this, but it's very beautiful, guys. This is so beautiful. This is the sort of thing I feel like I would, if I have my own house, I would probably hang this somewhere. The Three of Swords. Standard. Beautiful. Simple. The Four of Swords. Oh, I love this. Love that hair. Makes me think of like Rapunzel. Five of Swords. Very RWS, so this is easier to read. Six of Swords. I love this. I use this image as my phone wallpaper for the longest time. So beautiful. The hands in prayer. Seven of Swords. Betrayal. Eight of Swords. This is one of the cards that drew my eye immediately when I saw it online. That's why I got the Lubanko Tarot. I love masks. This Eight of Swords, that kind of being stuck but not stuck. Trying to figure out who you are so you can move forwards. Because if you wear the mask, you can't really see as clearly as before. So the mask replaces the blindfold. The Nine of Swords. I love the roses in the background. Ten of Swords, that kind of pain, that kind of anguish. I love this one. Can you see the anguish turning into a box that boxes him up, chains him down? The Page of Swords, that kind of power. The Knight of Swords, that speed. Look at that stallion. The Queen of Swords, some sort of burden tying her down. So much so that she herself is being threatened by her own power. The King of Swords, so stoic, so wise and yet trapped in his own castle. The Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. I love the wings on the ankles. I love this plant. I don't know what flower it is. Could be a lotus. The Two of Pentacles, beautiful. The Three of Pentacles, standard RWS, so this is easy to read. Four of Pentacles. Again, the RWS meaning really jumps out from here, but yet she takes a different perspective. Beautiful. That kind of chains around her. Five of Pentacles. Again, a good interpretation of the RWS. So I would say the Pentacles so far is very RWS, which is not a bad thing. I like it when it's easy to read. Six of Pentacles. You know, that the handing down of that money. Seven of Pentacles. Reaping what you have sown. Taking time for it to grow. The Eight of Pentacles. Again, working on a work of art. Taking time, that kind of discipline. The Nine of Pentacles is the only one that doesn't really connect too much with the RWS, and yet I kind of miss the RWS because I do always like to see an independent woman with a bird on their hand. But this is still beautiful. Working hard, finding your own path through your work. The Ten of Pentacles, one of my favorite cards in this deck, I would say, because it has a kind of separation that I have. A lot of Ten of Pentacles cards in other decks simplify the meaning of the RWS so that it's more of a happy family, which doesn't differ much from the Ten of Cups. But in this deck, the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles are so different. Here you can see that kind of separation that I see in the Ten of Pentacles. That's why I really appreciate this, because this artist, I would say her personal correspondence in the Ten of Pentacles really matched mine. The Page of Pentacles, another beautiful human. Love the mask as usual. The Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. The rabbits are so cute. And the King of Pentacles, another beautiful human being. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck. This card stock is very similar to the Blood Moon Tarot and the Cosmovisions Tarot, both of which are, this is basically my favorite card stock now. Okay, matte, smooth, slippy, easy to shuffle. So let's shuffle this up, and then we can do a test reading for everyone. Okay, I'm going to try to riffle shuffle it, but I don't think it'll be much of a surprise. It will probably work like how the rest do. Yeah, riffle shuffles really well. Okay, even though I'm not a great shuffler, that seemed to go really well. And then only a slight bow, which is completely fine. I mean, you know, you don't want to ruin your gilding, you shouldn't be riffle shuffling, so just FYI. For me, I don't know, I'm becoming less and less a fan of like gilding, but this silver gilding really goes well with the deck, so I would say this is, it's not a minus point, it's just that I don't mind if decks don't have gilding anymore, especially because now I just simply etch them in black. Okay, a few more shuffles. So this shuffles beautifully, it shuffles completely well. The size is great. I would say it's the standard tarot size. And then one more riffle shuffle, and then we can do a test reading. Okay, can we have a message for everyone? Can we have a message for everyone, please? The Star, the Devil, and the High Priestess reverse. Wow, 3 majors. Have hope even though you are still bounded, because you will slowly gain your intuition back and be able to navigate out of these chains. Okay, I hope this reading helped. I hope this whole review helped. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And you guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye.